Welcome to Part 5 of Scrum Training Series, the Sprint Review Meeting. I'm Michael James. As you learned in Part 4, our team has already conducted a backlog refinement meeting, a sprint planning meeting, and 9 or 10 daily Scrum meetings. Now that the time has run out for sprint execution, we'll watch the team's Sprint Review Meeting. Be ready for quiz questions interspersed during the module. Since the Sprint Review Meeting is open to outside stakeholders, the team shouldn't be surprised to see us here this time.
Hello, I'm your Scrum Master. Welcome to the Sprint Review meeting. This meeting is open to any stakeholder who's interested. Today we're being visited by Sammy Seagull, Victor VIP, and Yuri User. The highlight of every Sprint Review meeting is a live product demonstration. The team will demonstrate their attempt to build a potentially shippable product increment. After that, we'll declare which of the PBIs meet the acceptance criteria agreed at the sprint planning meeting and whether sprint goals were met. Items that are not done or almost done will be moved in their entirety back to the product backlog. Lastly, we'll listen to feedback from the stakeholders, which may result in new product backlog items for the product owner to prioritize according to his vision. Here's that agenda again. Oh yes, thanks for the reminder. At a previous sprint retrospective, the team and product owner decided to discourage applause because it was interfering with neutral measurement. The sprint review meeting is a key inspect and adapt mechanism in Scrum, so we want to avoid things that could interfere with transparency.
I'm confused. Don't we need to praise people to motivate them?
Actually, we were finding it a little demeaning when it was obligatory. It also raised the question, what if they don't clap next time? This can cause us to try to make things look better than they really are. I'm more motivated by solving interesting problems to build a cool product.
So we don't need to pay you.
We didn't say that.
It sounds like we're getting off topic. Anyone else feel we should return to the agenda?
I'll start the product up now.
While Peter's doing that, I'll remind everyone our product's vision is to reduce clerical work for school teachers and school administrators. This sprint's goal was rudimentary capabilities around grading.
So here's one of the features we built. Students can log in and view their current grades. Want to try it?
Sure. It's simple and easy enough to use. Shouldn't the grades display be color-coded, though? Maybe failing grades should blink.
That wasn't what we agreed.
Fair enough. Is what you just showed me properly tested?
Yes, it has automated regression tests triggered by our continuous integration server.
We also did exploratory testing.
I'll keep a list of new PBIs to add to the product backlog as candidates for future sprints.
According to the acceptance criteria, we agreed this should work on the JPhone also. Can I see that?
Sure. Try it out.
We can also update grades. I'll log in as a teacher and show you.
Okay, I saw the grade update. During the sprint execution, you showed me how this updates the legacy system as well. Is this feature properly tested now?
Yes, we hammered this pretty hard until all the edge cases worked.
We can also view grades from previous semesters. Want to try?
Sure. Can I update the previous semester's grades?
Not reliably yet. We'd rather wait until that's properly tested to demonstrate it. Also, that wasn't among the PBIs we agreed to do this sprint.
It wasn't? I thought it was.
Here's what the team forecasted.
Hey Tim, did you add the scholarship awards feature yet?
No, That wasn't one of our sprint goals.
I just promised that feature to our new customer, Elastic Education. What kind of team are you?
This is the first I've heard of this.
But I sent you an email.
It's considered the product owner's job to prioritize after consideration. Perhaps Victor VIP and the product owner should talk at the end of the meeting.
Fine. What about GPA? I remember you warned me during the sprint that one was at risk.
We still have a tiny bit of integration work left on GPA. Want to call it 80% done?
I thought one reason we started doing Scrum was to introduce clarity. We don't know how done something really is until we've tested it.
I agree. Let's wait until then to demonstrate it.
Is there anything else ready to demonstrate?
Yes, as we agreed, we also updated the documentation related to the features we added.
Okay, this looks good. Now what?
I suggest telling everyone which PBIs you consider done so we can clear out the sprint backlog.
View grades current semester. As a student, I can see my grades online so that I don't have to wait until I get to school to know whether I'm passing. Acceptance criteria, columns align neatly on Fingerfly 4.1 and JPhone. We declare view grades current semester to be done. Update grades current semester. As a teacher, I can update grades online so I don't depend on administrators to do it for me. Well, I saw that working and you said you tested it thoroughly. We declare update grades current semester to be done.
Deciding what's called done should happen through consensus, not sign-off. Avoid contract game or boss-worker game dynamics.
Next, we had view grades previous semester. As a student, I can see my old grades online because I lost my report card. I'm not quite sure what to do with this one. A student can indeed view old grades as the story says, but I still want the related capability of a teacher updating grades, which you said isn't done yet.
Don't forget, there's another PBI for updating old grades that we haven't selected yet.
View grades previous semester is done. It's a real eye-opener having everything we need to do in one prioritized list instead of the two separate systems we were using before. You said GPA was mostly done. We've had some bad experiences with mostly done. I wonder what we should do with the GPA PBI.
Remember that time we all ate some mostly done food at the company picnic?
Until an item is properly tested, calling it any amount done is pure fantasy. If we don't know what's wrong with it, we don't know what's involved with fixing it.
Or fixing the other problems caused by fixing it.
But calling the whole PBI not done will reduce our velocity.
Yes, that's good. Metrics are usually abused anyway.
Definition of done is much more important than velocity metrics. I know you've worked hard on this, but I'm going to return it to the product backlog. Maybe not at the very top, because I've recently discovered some other things that are more important.
What should we do with these old tasks?
I usually tear them up. What matters is which PBIs got done. Remember the time you got all the tasks done but didn't feel the PBI was done the way you agreed?
I also remember the time we got an item done and realized there were some tasks not completed because they turned out to be unnecessary. We try to keep the goals fixed within each sprint, but the initial task list is just a guess of how to achieve them.
Warning. Velocity is not part of Scrum and is probably causing more harm than good. I have mixed feelings about keeping the next section of the module. Let me know what you think.
So we got done 1 medium and 2 smalls. Using our relative sizing numbers, our velocity works out to 8 story points this sprint.
What does that mean?
Not much right now. If it stays stable for several sprints, it may eventually help you forecast how far down the product backlog you'll get before the release date.
But the product backlog grows faster than we get the work done. We keep finding more important items in the original plan. Some of the original items might never get done.
Get used to adjusting scope to hit release dates. You'll constantly have to bring the highest value items to the top. Let's get stakeholder feedback about the product.
Hi, I'm one of the teachers who will be using this. I don't like the user interface.
What don't you like?
It's convenient for updating one student's grade at a time, but seeing this caused me to realize I'd rather enter a whole class's grades at once. I don't want to go back and forth selecting each student.
But that's what you asked for.
It's what I originally asked for, but your demo helped me realize what I actually want.
It's a good thing we're using techniques like test-driven development to reduce our cost of change.
Can I add items to the product backlog?
Yes, anyone here can submit PBIs and the product owner prioritizes them.
This seems pretty important, so I'll put it on top for now.
Hey, what about scholarship awards?
The purpose of Sprint Review is to inspect the potentially shippable product increment, the outcome of the sprint, and adapt the product backlog. I hope you're enjoying the Scrum training series. You can learn more about Scrum, or you can send us feedback. The next module in the series will be the Sprint Retrospective Meeting.